What's up, everybody? This is Ripples in Wales, back for another video. I hope you're all doing well and having a great day wherever you are in the world and whatever you're doing. Well, it's Saturday afternoon and I finished work and I got to see some cool stuff that was popping up online, which gave me super good vibes. And I thought, yeah, I've got to make another video. Sometimes there is like a deluge of news and information that comes out that I just feel like a necessity to cover. It's not always like that, but there seems to be a big push on certain fronts right now. Yeah, we had a couple of days ago, we had the SEC dropping its lawsuit against Chris and Brad, and we're just going to go on to that in a second. And hold on, there we go. So that's the first one, and we've been over this once before, but just to bring context into what I'm about to deliver to you, it needs to be talked about. So this is Brad Garlinghouse's Twitter page. You've heard me talk about this before. Today was an even better day. Ripple 3, SE0. In all seriousness, Chris and I, in a case involving no claims of fraud and misrepresentations, were targeted by the SEC in a ruthless attempt to personally ruin us and the company. We have many have worked so hard to build over I think it's a decade. Oh, hold on, while my computer catches up. Over a decade, the SEC repeatedly kept its eye off the ball, right, with secret meetings with the likes of SBF, failing again and again to protect the US consumer and businesses. How many millions of taxpayers' dollars were wasted? It feels good to be finally vindicated. Right, listen, there's so much in these texts. Now Brad is really firing shots across the bow now. He's calling out massive corruption and collusion with SBF. Okay, he's implicating the SEC to SBF, right? That's really important to first of all understand that. And as the SBF trial starts to becomes even more into the spotlight, I think more of this is going to come to light, whereby we will see the SEC unravel, okay? And, you know, a lot of us get the feeling this was going to be the way, and there was maybe a greater plan to this scenario, but whatever the case, it's happening and it's in the fore now. And he's referring to a tweet by Stuart Eldoradi. Let me just pull this over here. When he says the SEC made a serious mistake going after Brad and Chris personally, and now they've capitulated, dismissing all charges against our executives. And this is not a settlement. This is a surrender by the SEC. Now, super big words. A surrender. All right. Okay, following that, there was massive kind of jubilation in terms of the XRP community, because it's another step closer to a clear slate and a clear path for Ripple. And if you can see and sense now, it's like Moses parting the bloody waters, isn't it? You can see things being moved out of the way for a clear path for this company, the XRPL and XRP, to move into a slipstream of events, pushing it into the distant future. And there's no doubt in my mind and my heart that this token is going to be at the forefront, at the center of this new global financial engine. Having studied it and studied every piece of information for way over 10,000 hours, like many of you in the community, you get an understanding and a sixth sense with these things, a conscious knowing that, yeah, this may take a fair bit of time and the internet value will take a while to play out, but we are almost at the start line of this now. Okay, and Eleanor Terrett brought out in a very interesting text here, a tweet rather. Do we still call them tweets? I'm still going to call them tweets anyway. New sources close to the SEC government tell me that while the charges against Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen have been dropped, all of the parts of the case, including classifications of all offers and sales of XRP or an investment scheme, remain on the table. Right, so yeah, it seems like Gary Gensler isn't going down with that fight, and we knew this was going to be the way. But the thing is, the SEC hasn't really got much to kind of use as leverage now, does it? Because, if they really want this to go to trial, Hemman will go on the stand, and every piece of their corrupt organisation, including all the ETHgate stuff, will go right into the forefront of the consciousness of the whole planet. They don't want that. They'd rather take a pretend win by taking a $20 million bounty off Ripple for its early sales of XRP, and this is going to be fascinating. Watch this out. Right, so just a few hours ago, I'm going to bring let's go to my Twitter page here, and I put some little bit of controversial tweets out earlier on, but it's just me getting a little bit excited. A few of you may have seen them already. This was a tweet that Michael Branch released here. The SEC and Ripple Labs are set for a critical meeting and conference session on November the 9th to discuss potential remedies concerning Ripple's alleged Section 5 validations. Now, the link, if you follow it, brings us to here. Okay, and this is, hold on 1 minute. Oh, God, this is just confirmed choices. Bugger off. Right, so we've got the US and Ripple gear up for November the 9th showdown in pivotal XRP lawsuit, which is really interesting. Okay, the actual TLDR and all this is of really no interest to me. The fact is, it's coming to a crescendo. We'll read a little bit of it anyway. So the TLDR on this is the SEC and Ripple Labs are set for a crucial meeting and a conference session over the night to discuss potential remedies concerning Ripple's alleged Section 5 violations. Despite the ongoing lawsuit, the company has celebrated 2 major victories. Judge Torres ruling that XRP sales on secondary platform aren't securities. In a twist on the ongoing XRP lawsuit, the US Securities and Exchange Commission and Ripple Labs are slated to meet for a critical decision on November the 9th. While the charges against Ripple's top brass have been dismissed, the broader issues remain unsolved, making this a meeting a crucial determinant for the future of the digital asset in the United States. Okay, that's all we need to go through. I'll put the link in the description if you want to have a look, no problem at all. Right, so November the 9th, key date, keep that in your consciousness. I've been watching this play out for quite some time, and I've been keeping my eye very close to dates for November. You'll have heard me talk multiple times about this account here. If you're not familiar with it, please familiarise yourself with this account. This is the reverse bearable guy account. He has one forward and one backward. So this is the forward-facing account that you see here, bearable guy 123, and he has a reverse. Oh god, so my computer's so slow. And he has a reverse-facing account called 321. I'm not even going to pronounce it. I'll let you guys pronounce it. Anyhow, you have to follow both of his timelines, okay? And the most important one to follow is this, where we are now. I'll show you exactly where we are. We are here, okay? I know where we're here because I studied this. To I've got a strong indication and understanding where we are on either of his posts. Everything is done in a chronological order that he posts, okay? So it's moving forward in time. So the previous one that we nailed to the absolute day was, let me just scroll down to the bottom here, my computer catches up, was this jar of molasses, which tied into the Christmas picture with a jar at the top, which was, we saw that the what was it, the IMF and the, oh god, which company was it? I think it was was it FinCEN? No, it wasn't FinCEN. It was the IMF and another company. One of you will be able to tell me in the comments. They released a global set of regulation ideas on the cryptocurrency space. And that was dropped, I think, within about 12 hours of this. So we know that we're in kind of where the ballpark we're in. But the most exciting one was this. We've just seen now. This post here, a bearable guy, on November the 7th, 2019. We know that the Ripple has got a meeting with the SEC on November the 9th. Okay? So, bearable guy ages ago put this, just knowing the chance will exist for a world for those regular people to have possibility of changing their lives because of XRP and Ripple's auspicious plans. Make life bearable. Keep your eye on the prize. I is the 9th month of the year, and November, when you do it, you actually work out the months in actual true chronological order, is the 9th month. Oct is 8, Nov is 9. And so, the likelihood of this going ahead in November now, when you've got the SEC meeting with Ripple, is very, very, very interesting. So I've talked multiple times with you all about like the correlation of I'm going to call him, okay, his posts, and how they quite easily get validated when you understand how to read these things. We told you before, we're in this Christmas scene and we're working across, I believe, across the bottom of this level playing field section here. And November, the end of November, we have the purple Christmas stocking pinned to a position between November and December. That does not mean price potentially at all, but what it means is that there is some sort of change. We've got the phoenix rising from the fire, which we talked about before. All these signs begin to kind of show us a pattern. Now, we don't know this is going to happen this year. We're kind of just trying to find our way out in the dark. These cryptographic cartoons are so insanely complex. But one thing we do know, the knight in his armour, okay, he's still in his scruffy armour by the end of the year, potentially by the beginning of January 2024. His X on his shield refers to the symbol X, which is the 24th letter in the alphabet, which as does this X on the recycle machine held by the arm of the SEC. They all fit into a position above, well, sits above the White House. This could potentially be 2024 onwards, as the knight's pointing his sword to across his chest to the right in the scene if we were in the scene, or actually left in the scene if we're in the scene, right if we're looking at the scene. So we've got some really interesting things coming through there, and I hope that you all kind of see that. I dropped a few tweets out, for a bit of a giggle earlier on, saying, mic drop moment, November the 7th to November the 9th. Now, November the 7th is the date that BG123 dropped this image, saying first prize. You can see, obviously, on the image, it shows a big old cup with first prize. Now, we've got the green background around there, which is a very bullish sign when Variable Guy posts. And this is coinciding very much with what we believe may be a resolution. Now, a resolution doesn't necessarily mean the settlement occurring. The resolution means they come together to haggle out a deal. But we know that not long after this will occur. Right? We've seen this. This is how we correlate the Ripple Riddler work over to the Variable Guy work. I hope that makes all sense to you. And then we've got this scene that keeps popping up. I've told you about this multiple times. We've got the Riddler in the balloon saying, you know, what I deter from these two is that you've got, in the actual video, you've seen it. There's this scene that plays, and then there's a gap. And then this scene plays, and then there's a black gap. He's showing you that there's a little bit of time in between each situation. So there's a deal that goes in behind the scenes. You've got a moment to gather your last bits, and then it's off to the races. Okay, that's what I believe. And I didn't think we'd get price necessarily before the end of this year, an increase in price. I still kind of cling to the idea that 2024 is going to be the year for you all to start manifesting, you know, higher valuations for your XRP. I don't really generally talk about how high the price will go on the channel because I don't want to attract that kind of that stigma really. I think that it's perfectly feasible in this cycle for us to by 2026 to see, you know, multiple tens of pounds of XRP, pounds, so multiple decas, so, you know, maybe 10 to 20 to 30 plus potentially. I'll go out on a limb and say that. But this is what the scenes are showing to me right now, and this is occurring. To you it may show the same thing. Things are speeding up. Things are dramatically speeding up, and as we traverse away across the rest of the scene, we'll see in the rest of the year how this plays out. I've got a funny feeling we're going to see this thing kick into gear. Anyway, it was just a short video. We're 12 minutes in. That's enough for today. Listen, give the video a like and drop a comment in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe already. This is my handle at Ripples and Wales on Twitter, and please share the video. If you find value in it, you'll do me the greatest gesture by sharing the video on Twitter, trying to get a bit better reach out for people to see this. Not everyone's into some of these, as you would call them, dot connecting videos or decodes, whatever you want to call them. But if it helps people to hold that little bit of extra, what would the word be? Perseverance. Okay, that there's light at the end of the tunnel. You're all in the right place at the right time. Trust me on this. You're all going to do really, really well. Just keep your heads about you, keep your wits about you, and enjoy the ride. You're unbelievably lucky to be here. We all are unbelievably lucky to you, and we're going to have a great 2024. That I can assure you all. All right, have a great Saturday and a great weekend, whatever you're doing. Tell me what you're up to, and I'll speak to you all in the comments. See you in the next video. Be blessed.